Anissa Jones was a child actress best known for her role as Buffy in the sitcom Family Affair. She was born on March 11, 1958 to John Paul Jones and Mary Paula Jones. Her father, who was an engineer, got a job at the University of Southern California and Hughes Aircraft Company, so the family relocated to the Golden State. Jones enrolled in dance classes at 4 years old, and 2 years later she starred in her first commercial. Around that time, producers Henry Garrison and Edmund Beloin were developing a new show called Family Affair, and they thought Jones would be perfect for the role of Buffy. Family Affair premiered on CBS in September 1966 and tells the story of Bill Davis, who has to raise his dead brother's children, 15-year-old Sissy and 5-year-old twins Buffy and Jody. Jones also worked on other projects and had numerous guest appearances on talk shows.
You're only 11 years old and I couldn't think what...
What?
I say you're only 11 years old.
I know.
I'm just reminding you.
After the series was canceled, Jones wanted to change the direction her career was headed, quickly deciding that she wanted to act in movies. She auditioned for the role of Regan MacNeil in The Exorcist, but Linda Blair won the role. She was also given a chance to audition for the character Iris in Taxi Driver, but she never attended and the role went to Jodie Foster instead. When Family Affair ended, Anissa Jones' co-star Brian Keith approached the young girl to join him in a new sitcom called The Brian Keith Show. However, Jones wasn't interested in the opportunity. She felt that she was typecast as the adorable little girl when she played Buffy, which resulted in her being turned down for other roles. There were no parts she was interested in pursuing, however, so Jones decided to live a normal life away from the spotlight and enrolled at Westchester High School in Los Angeles. Jones's personal life suffered around this time too. Her parents divorced as she rose to stardom, and she lived with her father, who then passed away. After that, she moved in with her friend instead of going to live with her mother. In her early teen years, Jones began shoplifting and often skipped school. She was arrested on one occasion and spent a few months in a juvenile detention center. After being released, she was sent to live with her mother. However, she had a difficult time living on the straight and narrow and soon went back to shoplifting and using drugs. She eventually stopped going to school in 1975. When she turned 18 years old in 1976, Jones finally had access to the salary she had acquired from Family Affair. She received just under $200,000 for her time on the show, most of which was blown almost immediately. Anissa Jones's drug use only intensified when she gained access to her wealth. On August 28, 1976, Jones went to Oceanside, California to party with her boyfriend and a few of her friends. The friends later discovered her unresponsive and they immediately called paramedics. Sadly, however, it was too late and she was declared dead at the scene. She was only 18 years old. Steve Hanford, Jones's friend, remembered, "The night Anissa died was weird. She wasn't being very social. She and some other kids stayed in a bedroom taking angel dust and coke." According to Jones's autopsy report, several drugs were present in Jones's system at the time of her death, including barbiturates, PCP, cocaine, and quaaludes. However, Jones's family also blamed her doctor for her death. They said that he illegally prescribed the drug Seconal to Jones, which contributed to her death. The doctor was charged with 11 felony counts of illegally prescribing powerful drugs, and Jones's family received $79,500 as compensation. Many believe that Jones's trouble started when she was very young and only escalated as she got older. Writing about Jones, columnist Marilyn Beck once said, "She was a little girl whom other little girls envied, but who in truth experienced tremendous pressure during those years that should be reserved for the simple joys of childhood." If you or anyone you know is struggling with addiction issues, help is available. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP 4357.